I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really that's the old me. Going through some changes right here and now. I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really that's the old me. Going through some
Give the people. All right. Here we go. Hey, and we are back with another episode of the Dope Individuals Only podcast. I'm Eric. I'm up here with another dope individual. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Angel, director Hitman. Ojea, what's going on?
Hey,
everybody?
What's up, man? This is the
up,
Allentown legend here. Yo, I remember when I first started rapping, and I used to see you on Facebook, and I used to always see your videos, and I'm like, I wonder if this dude is nervous behind the camera, because you had some gangsta-ass niggas back in the day that used to shoot videos for. Like, I was like, yo, man.
There was a time I was known as the guy who shot all the videos, like, in the hood with all the crazy people with guns waving around. I definitely got that reputation, man, and I guess it still holds it today.
I used to be sitting there, I'm like, yo, he got to be nervous behind his camera.
Nah. It's and I'll be honest, I got a story, quick one. I was shooting with some Second Street cats. I'm not going to put their names out.
Okay.
We were in a basement, and, they had the weapon in the video. Everybody's cool showing off, and then one tried to pass it to the other. Something happened. They cocked it back, shot a hole right in their mom's basement. Mom started freaking out, screaming, and that's what happens when you're playing around with weapons in a video shoot.
Yes.
That could have been.
It could have been anybody.
That could have been anybody hit.
Yes.
Just playing around with a weapon. So don't play around with weapons, everybody.
Yes. There are tools to be used, but used correctly.
That's right.
I tell my friends that all the time. I was real big a couple years ago into the Second Amendment. Now, I mean, I'm very, very big on people protecting themselves.
You should have that right.
Yes, you know what I mean? And not only that, when you look like us a little bit, you don't always get the benefit of the doubt dealing with police.
Zero benefit of the doubt.
You know what I mean? So
yes.
I'm always one to say, I'm not calling the police. You break in my house, I'm not calling the police. You're going to have to deal with Eric.
No.
Yeah.
You get to defend your house.
Exactly. By the time they show up, you might already be gone. So
they're here to clean up.
Exactly. They're here to clean up. That's I need a cleanup crew.
Cleanup crew.
That's a fact. So I was real big on that, but I had an accident like that too. One day I was showing my boy my gun, and I cocked it, and I pulled the clip out, and I went to make sure it was empty, and I shot through his floor, and it scared the living shit out of me. We were on the third floor of his apartment. It went through his floor, through his couch, through the bottom of the floor. He lived on the second floor, and it went into the front, the first floor apartment. Luckily, nobody was home, and it broke up as it was crashing through the ceiling.
No, and that shows how serious like a weapon is. See, a lot of people, and I'll be honest, like I'm even gonna go back to like video games, like they were trying to get GTA banned in the '90s, and it's like people nowadays seem so. Like almost like people can't even comprehend, like, it's a weapon. This thing could kill you.
Yes.
And your example of like the way the bullet, once that bullet shot, it's going straight.
Yes.
Like,
until something's strong enough to stop it. Yeah.
And it's not a game.
No.
And a lot of people just need to understand, like, when you have a weapon, take it serious.
Yes.
It's not a game.
Yes. A lot of it could be very damaging. It's also there to protect you, but it could be very damaging, especially if it goes off, unintentionally.
Yes.
So be careful. Make sure y'all knowledgeable. Keep y'all fingers off the trigger, unless you're really ready to use it.
Exactly.
Unless you're really ready to use it.
And so many people have passed over years with just cleaning a weapon and stuff like that. So
most of the statistics show most of the accidents, like gun-related accidents of people dying at the hands of guns, have been self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Self-inflicted. People just not knowing, chucking it into their waistband,
Yep.
hitting the trigger, boom, right through your femoral artery in your leg. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful
out there, y'all.
Where'd the name Hitman come from?
Oh man. Okay.
I've always wondered this.
Wait. All right. See, a lot of people think, I'm affiliated with all types of stuff. But a lot of people think it's from like, some street stuff. But obviously, it sounds like, and I guess it sort of is, but more or less, it's from. I used to have a friend named Sandor. Way back in the day, way back in 1996.
That shit sound old as hell.
It is old as hell.
I was born in 95.
That's what I'm saying. It is old as hell.
1996.
I say that like it's in the 1800s.
Yeah.
That's the way the 90s are nowadays. But I had a friend, and we used to go to his apartment. Like me, I was younger. I was 16 at the time. I'm old as hell now, as you can tell. But I was 16 at the time, and these guys were older, like in their 20s, late late 20s, 30s, and we used to go there and rap and chill. And a couple younger dudes from Allen used to go skip, kind of like one of those type of crazy
Right.
smoke rap. And so I used to have like this, I guess what are they called? Like those bush hats. I don't know if you like snipers wear them. It's like a military hat. And it has like the ring around the outside, almost like a sombrero, but military style. They're called like sniper hats or something. So I used to wear the fatigues because that was the style back then. And I used to have the whole outfit with the gloves and looking all
had the
crazy.
Timbs on?
Man, I had it all. Had the
butters.
whole jaw, like look crazy. I looked like I should have been in a war somewhere. But I used to always wear that hat. So he was like, yo, man, you look like a hitman. So that's what they used to do it like that. And I just took it as my rap name. And then it just followed me along.
Yeah, as you went on.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Now, a lot of people ask me because they think like, did I get it from the street? No. I'm not hurting nobody, man. I'm chilling.
I know you's an OG. That's why, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I want you to come up here, share what you feel comfortable sharing and everything. But I had to ask, you know what I'm saying? And I, like I said, I know briefly about your history, especially like on the music scene for Allentown.
Yeah.
How'd you get into videography?
Oh, that's an easy
You know what I
one. Basically, I had a record label, Tribeland Records, back in the day, and
What was it called?
Tribeland Records.
Tribeland Records.
Yeah,
That's hard.
Yeah, we based that off. If y'all know how this country works,
Right.
It's technically tribal land from the beginning. So,
Okay.
we kept it kind of like in that type of vibe. And so I had the label going. Shout out to Murdoch. He's
Shout
a
out.
local legend out here. He used to be on the label and stuff like that. And basically, damn, I forgot. Blank, man.
So you was at Tribeland.
The video.
Yeah,
Sorry. See, I'm old, y'all. But yeah, I had the record label, and I bought a camera for one of my artists, Fred Savage. Shout out to you, bro. And I bought a camera so we didn't have to pay any outside source.
Keep all the money in house.
Keep it in house, and that's
Facts.
that's a good thing for y'all independent labels out there. If you want to save money, try to purchase everything in house and do it within yourself until you get the budget to go outside of your own circle.
Yes. If y'all got teams, teach these kids how to use these cameras. Teach somebody how to engineer. You know what I mean? If you're gonna have 10 niggas around you, everybody better play their part.
Exactly. That's how we were. We were like 10 of us, so each of us had our role. And I was like the CEO, so basically I got the camera and we shot our own videos. And then when my man Fred moved to Florida, I wasn't going to waste $1,000 camera. I was like, let me pick this up and try to learn, and that's how it went down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a passion for it, or is it like? At the
time, there wasn't. I'll be honest with everybody. At the time, everybody knows I keep it mad real. Like at the time, I just wanted money. I was like, look, man, I'm going to pick up this camera. I'm going to run around and try to get money. And I'll be honest, that was kind of like my downfall. It worked to a certain extent, but I didn't have the passion because I was chasing the money.
Right.
So I guess in the moral of this story is it's like, you can do anything you want in this world, but make sure you have a passion for it because it's not the same meaning or feeling if you don't really care.
That's a
fact. And if I go back and look at the old videos, at the time I may have thought they're dope, but I look now, I laugh like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah,
yo?
you can tell like when you started to give a shit about this, the quality of the
the shots, the edits, even basics down to like color correcting, like you just care.
Yeah.
And it just shows. So if you have a passion for something, make sure you have 100% heart into it, man. Don't waste your time BSing around like I did for the first couple years I was shooting videos.
It was interval into you becoming who you are though, and now you come around the city and you still shoot videos and you can definitely see the growth aspect of it all. So I think it's dope. I personally think it's dope. Now, like I said, back when I was 16 years old. I had seen you, you know what I mean, in this crowd when you used to shoot the music videos. But now the crowd looks a little bit different. So why the change? You know what I mean? Because they were, you were dropping fucking videos like every 3 days. It seemed like
it was crazy.
I'm
and
like,
I'll be honest,
working
the changes,
hard.
the videos were $50.
The price went up. The price went up
a lot. That's what it was. When they was charging $50 a video when I first started, everybody took advantage of that.
Yeah.
And now, obviously I'm not breaking the bank when people and prices are still cheap for what it is. But, at the time, people just took advantage of the thing. I was inboxing literally the whole city like, hey, I'll shoot a video 50. That's basically how it came.
That's a nice little come up though.
But I'll be honest with y'all. Anybody starting a business, like I hate when business owners start off and they're like, everything's free. That's cool. Get your feet wet. But understand you got electric to pay. When you sit down and edit, your electric, it's not like, oh, you just starting, bro. No, they want their money. So even if you got to start with $20, any up and coming business owner, try to get something for your passion if you can. If you feel like you shouldn't charge, don't charge. But if you're coming up, try to get something.
Yeah,
It'll
for
help
sure.
you.
Because this is going to be your livelihood. That's the whole purpose of setting out to accomplish something is it for you to be paid for what you love to do.
Of course.
So, you know what I mean? I feel that. I definitely feel that. Yo, man, I'm really excited that you're up here. I really am.
happy to be here, man.
We ran into each other maybe like 2 months ago in the farmer's market. You be up there all the time?
I live around the corner, man. I go up there, I get that Buddy Lee sushi. Shout out to Buddy Lee.
I went in there and got sushi. I'm not sure if it's from the same spot though.
Might not be.
Is it what? Does he do it himself?
Yeah, little dude, just a small little spot across from the candy spot.
Okay.
Right before he does the dip down the Dan's barbecue, there's a dude and his wife or somebody there, and they just whip it up real quick.
Okay.
Or he has a little pack just sitting there. It's always fresh, man.
So yeah, you're like fuck that. You can get my money.
Yeah, no man, it's cheap too.
I like the farmers market.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the places like where you get real food. Like you go to the grocery store, like I was thinking yesterday, I had a fucking orange yesterday. I'm like, I can't remember the last time I seen an orange with seeds in it.
That's what people need to understand.
Like
scientifically, but modified fruits and vegetables, like y'all know about the bananas, like the stickers on the bananas, like those numbers.
Yeah,
mean?
like
they
it's
all
like
mean like
it's like 4011. I think the bananas.
Right,
are.
right. You know what I'm talking about? He knows what I'm talking about. There's like a whole thing about bananas, and those numbers mean like if it's genetically modified and all types of. Look, man, they're pumping stuff into us we don't need, y'all. Go to the farmers market and get some real fruit.
Yes. Go find your locals farmers markets, especially if you live here in Allentown. Like we got a whole lot of shit around us. I mean, you didn't even got to go far. You don't even have to go out past Reading to go get quality, fruits and vegetables.
All over outside the city of Allentown. There's farms literally all over.
Briningsville, fucking right there, right off Airport Road, next to Shonersville Road. There's mad farms over there. Go get you some real fucking food.
We are blessed to be in a city, but still have that farmland on the outside.
Yes.
So take advantage of it. Because even when it comes to like meat, I ain't gonna lie, I ate some natural grass-fed chicken more recently, and I was like, I forgot what natural chicken tastes like.
Oh man,
like it's crazy because like you get like this food and it's like what are you guys pumping this with water or something? It's like it's weird. It's really weird, man. What they're doing to this food.
Where you get that from? From the farmers market?
From the farmers market. You might pay a couple more dollars, but at least you know what you're getting.
That's the one thing. I went up there and got ribs before, but I've never went up there and got like beef or chicken or nothing like that. So I might have to make that happen.
Try it, man. Obviously it's more expensive than the grocery store. It's easier for us to run and get.
Yeah, it's more convenient. That's what it is.
Grab it, but you definitely taste the difference.
Is that something? How old are you now?
43.
43. So is that something like you're focusing on, like your health and well-being? Like, is that something that you're prioritizing or?
Nah, I'm one of those people. I don't really, I'm not one of those health freaks or nothing like that. But
yeah, I mean, you look like you're in good shape. Like you take care of yourself.
Now people tell me that they say for your age, like you can still move and run, and I'm like, I guess I don't even think about it like that. But I am blessed, man, because a lot of people my age, like their, knees start hurting.
Yeah. Fuck that. I can't. Yeah,
I can still move, man. I tell people, look, man, my brain must be still 10 because I can still run out here.
Yo, you're as young as you feel. I tell people that shit all the time.
Exactly, you are as young as you feel.
You're as young as you feel. What are you passionate about today?
Woo.
That's because we talked about the videos. You know what I mean? What are you passionate about?
I'll be honest. I've been making a little run on social media. I'm getting more. It sounds stupid, probably for somebody my age, but for those who don't know, I've hit a couple million views on Facebook doing reels and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm monetized on Facebook, and just posting. I ain't gonna lie, making reels is my thing. Like I do like a little
content. Content creator.
That's my thing. That's why I was so excited to come on this show. Because it's content creation.
Shit.
Get out there more.
So that's something like you're focusing on right now.
Yeah.
What is it about the content creation? What's the difference between that and just shooting your music videos?
Because
and
it's
things
me.
like that?
You know what I mean? So I get to be retarded how I want. I get to act. I get to just be my other personality.
Okay,
so it's
you this time. It's not.
It's just me. You know what I mean? So I get to show people another side of me because a lot of people are like, oh, you know what I mean, Hitman, you serious all the time. Well, my food reviews, I'm acting a fool. You know what I mean? I'm just having fun. You know?
I don't think I've ever seen you serious.
No, man. That's if I know you, I'm more open. But like, if you wouldn't know me and I just be in the background, just watching, analyzing everything, I'm kind of like
just witnessing. I'm just aware. I'm just I'm just scoping the scene now.
That's right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I got off Facebook a couple years ago, like after the election. That shit became mad.
I noticed you kind of
mad toxic. I still use Instagram. I use TikTok, but only for the podcast. Other than that, and YouTube for the podcast. Like I realized like social media was taking so much of my fucking time.
It does.
You know,
It is.
and
It's
it
an
is.
addiction.
It's not like you, where it's like, you know, right now you got a passion for content creating. Me, I just like talking to motherfuckers. I don't like honestly, I really wish I had the funds to be like, yo, here's the video, here's the audio. I want it out by this date. I want, you know, I need at least 10 things for social media
yep, I
content.
need clips.
You know, and I don't care what you do with the rest. Like that's where I be at. Like I don't give a fuck about none of this.
Have you heard about the AI editing thing where you can take your podcast and throw it in the system, it'll edit it for you? And
Nah,
give you clips?
but I did hear about like if you have multiple cameras, it'll cut up the video for you. I did
That's
see
in
that.
the professional Premiere program. They have a new thing they just came out with like 2 weeks ago, where it'll literally chop your podcast up if you have separated audio and video. But in the phone, before I leave, I'll give you the thing.
Ooh,
There's
I
something you
appreciate
can do
that.
in your phone, and then it'll chop it up as well and give you clips to put on social media. I'll be honest, I haven't used it yet, but it's the biggest thing out there now that people are starting to do. So maybe it'll help and stuff like that. Take time.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
As far as AI,
Yeah.
because we're on the topic, I brought this up maybe the last three. I just want to see people's opinions and what they think about it. How do you feel about it? Because it's moving fucking fast.
AI's the future. Nobody's gonna stop it.
Hell
but
no.
it is not. It's not as cut and dry like gonna take over as people think, because AI is so detailed. You really have to. You can't just type in Snoop Dogg on a corner. Yeah, it may come up with it, but you have to. It's so much details. Like I just don't see how, like, let's say like a rapper's gonna type in an AI thing for a music video and like have it perfect the way they want, because there still needs to be a human aspect,
Yeah.
at least for music videos.
Yes.
As far as like, you know, the AI chat and all that, hey, it's words,
Do
man.
do you
know what I mean?
use any of it?
I don't use the AI chat because obviously I'm not in a thing to be, you know.
Yeah.
I don't need anything like that. But as far as like the AI for pictures and picture creation, I've used it.
Yeah.
I've come up with like a couple clean pictures that I put on social media about
Okay.
a month ago. So yeah, I like it.
I haven't used any of the pictures or any of like those kind of softwares, like how you were saying, like the video editing. I have used the Chat GPT. I don't write descriptions for this show no more. I was like, look,
let Chat
this
do
is
it.
yes. This is the podcast name. This is his name. This is the episode number.
Whip
this
it
is
up.
what we talked about. I needed under 300 words, and that shit'll.
It's beautiful.
And I read it. I'm like, okay, I might not like this little section, but
Right.
that whole shit is
It's-
really
it's
nice.
good,
It's
right?
well put together. You know what I'm saying? It sounds.
beat it.
I like. Yo, man, you just saved me 20 minutes.
Exactly. You gotta sit there and write all this stuff out. Let the computer do it.
That's
you know?
just, so. Do you think you're gonna be using it for like to help you speed up your process of like of creating?
Yeah. As soon as I make a podcast, I'm throwing it right in my system, because what people don't understand is chopping a podcast can literally take a human 2-3 hours.
Yes.
Throw it in the system. It was done in like 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
It's like, why would I sit there and chop it when I can let the computer do it? And if I don't like something, I can go back and tweak it if I
Yep,
want.
exactly.
Why?
That's exactly my thought process. A lot of people are afraid of it because naturally we don't understand it because it's so new.
It's so
So
new,
people
yeah.
are afraid of it. But I'm like, yo, it's just like anything. You know what I mean? We got smartphones, and then and smartphones have. I mean, other than us being so attentive to our phones and maybe not each other as much anymore,
Right.
smartphones have made our lives fucking 10 times easier.
Love it. Like
100
you got a
times
walking
easier.
computer in your hand, y'all. Then that's why it's good for me to be up here, because I come from the generation without this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I'm telling you now, Thank God, man. You know what I mean? And that's also why people like me, we know so many people, because my dad, like, I didn't, you had to go meet people. You had to physically go outside and meet people.
Yeah.
Man,
This
thank God
is
for these
I
phones.
love this. Like I couldn't imagine having to read a map to get to and from places.
Listen,
like just
I
off
laugh,
the maps
I
alone.
laugh all the time when I'm in my Google map. I'm like, I remember this time I used to work for 100 Flowers, and I physically had to pull out a physical map and read for the city of Allentown. Those days were so miserable. You guys have no idea.
And you gotta know which way is east and west.
And there was no update, so like the map could have been old. It could have been a new street built. You
could have put a new bridge there. You could have made it a one way.
Miserable. Let me tell y'all, man.
That's the one thing I love talking about is like how older generations handle today's technology, because my age group is probably the last before
Yeah,
smartphones. You know what I
before
mean?
the next
Like our
generation.
first cell phones were like Nokias.
Yes.
And then sidekicks were like big and razors.
2000s,
But like
yep.
we're like the last generation of kids to grow up without
Without a-
smartphones.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And I got a 3-year-old son now, and he knows how to navigate that shit.
Everything. Like a 10-year-old kid probably knows more than I knew at probably 15 back then, just because of everything is so accessible. It's at the tip of your fingers.
Yup.
You didn't have to write letters to mail to people to get a letter back to get. Man,
Did it come?
look.
Did it come in the mail?
Did it come in the mail?
Did it come in the mail?
Did so-and-so send me my thing back? Like, man, everything's like click there.
Yeah, here you got what you're looking for. I think that's also part of our problem as humans.
Yes,
because the
everything's
instant.
You don't have to work for nothing.
Yes.
Everything's right there.
Everybody wants things
That's
now.
a big gap, even in the workforce. For y'all don't know, before I do video full time, I was basically a manager at on the board of a restaurant. And
I like the food there.
Workforce is changing it's so bad, y'all. If y'all work in the world, man, a lot of kids, they don't. These things right here make people entitled. It makes people everything so instant. Nobody wants to work for nothing, man. It's crazy out there.
We got to be patient.
It's crazy.
We got to be patient. And that's something I even realized about myself is like I order some food and I'm like, y'all ordered this shit like 30 minutes ago. And it's like, yo, they might have other deliveries, whatever the case may be.
Not sometimes
you know
like
that. Yeah. He said sometimes like that. For real though. Shit, I had my question. I had my next question lined up. Are you still playing a role in the politics scene? Because that's how we met. We met in 2020, you know what I mean, on the politics scene.
Yeah,
so.
I was just out there at the polls for Serena Torres for city council. I shot her campaign just like I shot yours and Natalie Santos years ago.
Up.
I'll be honest, for my affiliations and stuff, I'm the anti kind of government guy. Even though I'm involved, I know it sounds crazy.
Watch that so we're not getting the vibration.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Banging the table, yo, my fault, yo.
Nah, you're good. I'm glad.
I'm
glad you're emotionally invested. You know what I mean? The people are gonna feel the passion. So.
Yeah, man. I'm just one of those people. Like I don't align with the government stuff, but I'm smart enough to understand yelling and screaming, walking up and down the street can only get so far.
Exactly.
I know we have to get people physically in the office to make real change, and I'm always down with that. If you want change, march, have your meetings, do whatever you want to do, but go out there and vote, y'all. And this is coming from somebody from I'll be honest, I probably only voted a few times in my life. I'm 43, man, and it's not because I don't want to vote, just because of what I believe in.
Yes.
But even I'm out there representing. I stood out there 14 hours for you, for Natalie, for Serena, for whoever. Because that's
I
the only way to
appreciate
get
that.
change, man.
Yeah, for sure. Why do you support younger candidates?
Because even as me being an older dude, I understand somebody 80 years old doesn't even understand what I want as 43, so let alone for you guys who are 18, 19, and 20. How is an 80-year-old person going to know? Yes, they have more experience. Yes, they may know the ropes, but they don't know the lifestyle. Like, what's passionate right now? Everybody's kind of caught up in the old school thinking for the older politicians, at least in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not into the scene like that, but I just don't feel like somebody 70, 80 should be making decisions for kids who are 19.
I totally agree. Your ass is about to check out.
Yeah, it's like, why are you making decisions
right
for
now,
stuff you don't even understand?
Exactly. This world is changing. I mean, we're just talking about AI and how fast AI has come along. You know what I mean? Just a couple years ago, we got the robots that could vacuum your floor, and then now we got shit that can fucking do voiceovers for Tupac and fucking Biggie.
Have y'all
you know
been
what I'm
hearing
saying?
that? Isn't that crazy?
You know, and so like the world is changing and you're 43,
yeah.
and I'm pretty sure you're like, damn, this is all moving so fast. I can only imagine being 70, 65, 70. You know what I mean?
I'll be honest, like, even for people my age, a lot of people hit me up like, damn, yo, I kind of, I try to stay as updated with this stuff as possible. Like, I always told myself I didn't want to be like the 80-year-old person, like, how do you turn on the computer? Like, what? You know what I mean? I never want to be that person.
Right.
There's people literally my age who are already tapping out with technology.
Yeah. My mom's like that.
My thing is because I do shoot music videos, I'm around younger people, so maybe that keeps me
in
updated
the loop.
Things.
Yeah,
I have to stay in the loop to a certain extent, but I can only imagine, you know what I mean? It's like people just struggling out there with this type of stuff, man.
I would agree. And like you said, what are you going to be able to contribute to what's to come? Like you're on your way out. You have a set mindset of thinking in a lot of ways. Now I have met some 70-year-olds that are very supportive of young candidates and
there's
things like
who
that.
Understand.
Yeah, there's some that understand like this planet is no longer for them. Yes. Politics is no longer about them. It's about this next generation and how we cultivate a culture that we can be proud of because they grew up in an era where racism was normal. You know what I mean?
No problem.
Where redlining was normal. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Where treating people a certain way was normal. Yeah. And now you can't even talk to people online a certain way without having being subpoenaed or canceled or something like that. So it's a changing world and it's rapid. and it's really rapid.
It's moving super fast.
And I like the fact that we have younger candidates. This is something that I would like to see worldwide, though. I mean, like countrywide, which is younger candidates getting involved, because everybody complains, but nobody's willing to do the job, though.
No.
You're like, oh, I don't like politics, and I'm like, I don't like politics either, but I can't complain about something that I'm not willing to change.
And I'm glad you said that, because that's the whole point why I say go out and vote, because don't complain about something you don't want to be a part of.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's why I don't complain. Like, I may say I don't mess with the government to a certain extent, but if I'm not voting, who am I to be complaining about?
Yeah,
I didn't vote, so
you're not even taking your rights and using
utilizing
them
them
and
the way you
utilizing
can.
them, you know?
That's
So
right.
I respect that. I respect that a lot. And I want to say thank you on behalf of all the young candidates that are going to be running, on behalf of what you did for us and the campaign that I ran in, and the campaign that just passed as well. You know what I mean? It means a lot that somebody who's not invested for themselves, somebody who's not invested that wants something in return, if you do get the seat, you know, just out of, I want to see better.
I want to see better.
I want to see better. So
change.
thank you.
I'm tired of the same old stuff. I'm tired of the same old people making decisions. You want to make change, Allentown? We're trying. We're going to try our best. You know?
Yes.
And it's hard. It's a hard fight, to be honest. When I'm at those
Fuck
polls,
yeah.
people do not. I had a guy tell me straight up, she's 19. Why would I vote for her? She didn't even know how to pay rent. And that's understandable. That's understandable to a certain extent, but this is not a position of paying rent. This is politics. You know, it's about the mind, using your mind to make the best decisions, to make policies or whatever you have to do. So
working today for a better tomorrow.
That's true.
Working today for a better tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
That, you know, hey, I appreciate that, man. That was a good segment there. I like that one.
I'm always gonna be a part of that type of stuff, man.
That's what's up. Now, as far as like I want to go back to the music for a second.
Yeah.
So as far as like the musicians now that you work with, do you try to guide them, for like give them like the jewels that you've learned over
For
the
the music
years?
business?
Nah, not music business, like as in musically. You know what I'm saying?
Because
or if you get a guy that's like, hey, I need a music video shot. You know what I mean? Like, are you like, hey, I'll be honest, you could do whatever you want, but you know, I think this would be a little bit better. Like, are you
like tweaking the music?
No, like tweaking the visual.
Oh.
You know what I mean? The visual creation.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It depends, because a lot of this generation, they're not really like. People hit me up like they got the idea set in stone. You know what I mean? Most of the people have the idea set in stone. More recently, though, I have a couple artists who like, here's 100% creative control. Actually, those videos are going to come out soon.
Ooh.
And that's what's dope. You know, it's like when somebody places their craft, their love in your hands to create something, you know. But 9 out of 10 people, I'm not going to lie, they kind of don't. Only real artists want something that's like art.
Yes.
A lot of these kids don't give a damn. They just want to drill. They just want to stand in front of grandmom's house with the guns out. That's all they care
rappers.
about.
They're not artists.
Yeah, no, they're not artists. There's a big difference. Of
Yes.
That.
Is that something that you want to work more with? Is less rappers and more artists, or does it not really matter?
I always tell people, you know, there's directors out there who pick and choose who they want to work with. I've never been that way, kind of. I always say I'm kind of like McDonald's. You pull up, you can get something. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of like McDonald's.
You know, you pull up, I'm going to feed y'all.
My man said, I'm the golden arches.
But nah, you know, I would love more work like that. So yeah, if you're out there, you need a visual creator, holler at me. But other than that,
I got a couple coming your way, because like I said, before we turn on the podcast, I've been writing. It's more so been like creative writing, but like I've also been writing some music as well. Okay. So I got a couple of things that I'm gonna be working on in the next couple months. Right now, my priority is the book, but
all right.
You know, after the book is all set in stone. Okay. Yeah, I want to drop a couple visuals.
Y'all heard that first. Yeah. You're gonna drop some visuals,
So
y'all.
like, what's it like for you now? Like, what's life like for you now?
I'm chilling, y'all. You know, like I said, I'm 43. I got a daughter graduating next week.
Oh,
June
shit.
13th.
How does that feel?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
Where does the time go?
I don't know, man. You know, my life's feeling good. I'll be honest. Like, for y'all out there, man, you got kids, man, especially fathers, stay in your kids' life, man.
For sure.
Do.
Yes.
Even if y'all baby moms is
crazy.
on another level crazy, please, y'all, fight, man. As a man to men, go fight for your kids if you have to, man. But in life in general, man, I'm doing good. I'm chilling.
That gotta feel good, man. To be like, yo, man, I fucking did it. I did it. I got her.
And it wasn't an easy fight either, because I've also been on. I just got off child support after 17 years. 17. That's like a jail sentence.
My man graduated. You graduated too.
Financially, I graduated free, but nah, man, it never stops, man. You just gotta do what you gotta do, yo. I'm not even saying that in a negative way. We gotta pay for our kids. You gotta do what you gotta do. But guys out there who are on support, you gotta do it twice. You gotta pay the mom, and you gotta pay out of pocket when your child comes, man. Don't give up. Do what y'all gotta do, man. Because you know what? Our kids need us fathers out there.
Fuck yeah.
But with life in general, man, I'm doing good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I didn't know you had a child.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a child.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, kid. I don't want to say I keep it on the low, but I'm not like,
Yeah, you're not. And not only that, she's what, 17, 18 years
17,
old.
yeah.
It's not like, I got young kids, so,
Yeah,
I
it's
can
different.
talk about them a little bit different.
That's right.
Now, so what has being a father taught you? These are conversations I love to have because, did you grow up with a dad? No.
My dad's around. Shout out to you, Pops. I love you, man. But no. Being a father for me changed my life. If I wasn't a father, I'd probably be dead or in jail, almost guaranteed. When my daughter was born, I made it a point to never go to jail again, never get arrested again.
I commend that. I commend that.
And that wasn't an easy thing because, how is this pod? I can say whatever on there?
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
I come from a gang background, so it's like at the time I was 25, knee deep in that crap, man, in and out of jail all the time. And the mother of my child, if anything, I'll give her props for this. She said, hey, you go to jail. I'm not bringing Eve. You're not gonna see your daughter. And to be honest, I was upset, but it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to take your
why would
child
you?
to prison?
She shouldn't see me like this. That makes sense.
And some of y'all out there be like, oh, when the kid's only 2, they don't remember. Look, man, I don't know what anybody can remember or do, so I don't even play that game.
I had to watch my mother sit behind a jail cell for 6 months.
Really?
I got to see her one time in 6 months.
Really?
Yeah, and that was probably some of the hardest months of my entire life. You know what I'm saying?
Right? You'll never forget that.
And I'll never forget having the dude walk up and he's like, all right, that's your time, Carmen.
That's it. Cut it off.
And she's like, and she puts her hand on the glass and I could see there's like this much space.
Yeah, it's like that much glass.
You know what I mean? For anybody that's never been inside of a visitation room.
It can take a bullet.
Yo, that shit is heartbreaking.
It is.
You know what I mean? I was 10 at the time. I was 9, 10 years old, but that shit's heartbreaking to see. So I totally understand that. You know what I mean? And I'm glad you was like, I could be upset about this, but she got a point.
No, she got a point. And, there's a lot of people out there who don't really care about that stuff. They just go about living their life. But understand, when you have a child, you have to lay your life to the side.
Yes.
And live for them.
You got
have to.
You got to make
That's what you're supposed
sacrifices.
to do. You
Gotta
have to sacrifice your life, man. And for anybody out there, for y'all, if you a street dude or you're complaining, your baby mom, look, man, scrape your little $250 and go to court, man. You have rights. Utilize them. Stop crying on Facebook. Facebook's not going to get your kids to come visit you. Go to court, because I had to go to court and
Talk
fight.
that shit.
And I fought, and I went to trial.
Talk
and
that
I did
shit.
whatever I had to do to fight, and I lost, and I won, and I did everything. They threw my gang background up in my face. They did everything they could, but you know what I did? I said, you guys can do what you want to do. That doesn't mean I'm a bad father because of the decisions I made when I was a kid. And you know what? I got custody eventually. You got to fight the fight. Don't give up. Don't give up, y'all.
Yo.
Hey.
I'm giving you a fucking round of applause.
Appreciate
I think more men need to hear that. I think the fact that we become conditioned to do the same things we've been doing, and then when our kids come into our world, we act like we can't find a way to make new income. We can't, you know what I mean? At some point, it cannot be just about you. You created something that's far bigger than you, and they're here for a reason. And the less we're around, the more hardship they're gonna have. Fathers are equally, or in some instances,
I ain't
in
gonna
some
lie.
instances,
You need a father.
You need
the dad for a certain thing. That's why there's a mom and dad.
And
as
yes,
parents.
yes.
You need the father for something. Because even me as a grown man, I don't know nothing about a car engine. That's just that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, how to fix things around the house.
Nobody taught me how to shave. I had to learn myself. It's the little things that people take for granted. I'm telling you, you need a man. It's just like a child needs a female.
I'm ashamed to say this because I told myself that I was going to learn it. I still don't know how to tie a tie.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Stuff like that. It's like people take it for granted. People like, it's crazy.
was saying was, I think men might be just slightly more important than women, because if you there's the I forget what the statistic said exactly, but single women who raise children by themselves compared to single men that raise women by themselves. Single men who raise children by themselves have almost the same statistics as two-parent households.
That's amazing. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought you could.
It's like a 10% difference of like they're like basically success rate of like children who aren't ended up in prison who can graduate high school. That's what they're basing it off of.
Yeah.
And the rates for single men raising children compared to single women raising children, the single men do a lot better than that. It's almost equivalent to two-parent households when a single man is raising a child by himself. So that shows though that men get a certain level of respect that women just aren't privy to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get it because this the masculinity. They're more nurturing. We're more of order.
Yeah, we're more
you know what I'm saying? So
order,
you can only get away with so much with us. With mom, especially if you're raising a boy. At 10, 12 years old, 10, 12 years old, if you haven't figured out how to teach that boy to stay in the house and give you respect, he's going to run all over her. All over her.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And it takes a man to teach him how to be a man.
That's right.
And how to, have respect and integrity and all these things, discipline. So I'm not saying that to shit on moms because I was raised by a single mother. I'm a product. I'm a product of a single mother, and she did a damn good job.
Right.
What I am saying is, fathers, we are equally as important as women, and we need to step the fuck up.
Don't feel like a second-class citizen, man, because I know how it feels. Women belittle you, make you feel like you're a bum, deadbeat. Look, man, I'll be honest with y'all. A child. This is what I used to always tell people. Money doesn't equal love.
No.
Money doesn't equal love. Please listen to what I say. Money does not equal love. If you say you're going to go hang with your child, I'm telling y'all.
Be there.
Go there and hang with your child, man.
They don't forget.
They don't forget. And that's going to hurt you when they get bigger, too, because kids ain't going to forget.
Yo, I told my son, we watched this preview the other day on Netflix about sumo wrestlers. He's like, I want to watch that. I was like, we could watch it tomorrow. Tomorrow came. We ended up being busy. And then yesterday, we ended up getting home at like 9 o'clock. So we're supposed to watch this movie today, but as you heard my wife, we got to go close up shop and, you know what I'm saying, do a whole bunch of running around. He's not going to forget.
No,
he's going to be like, you said 2 days ago.
And as the days keep going,
as the days, you know what I mean? And then at some point, if we don't watch the movie for whatever the reason, we are going to watch that movie, I promise y'all. But if we weren't going to watch the movie, he's going to hold on to that. He's like, you remember that one time? And he's infamous for that shit. He'll let me know something I said a year ago. And I'm like, damn, you motherfucker. I missed one thing and you not going to let me live it down? I ain't never miss a day of your life. I cut your umbilical cord, nigga.
Exactly. Cut that rubber, big piece of rubber.
You know what I mean? But they don't forget. They do not forget.
They don't.
I love to say parenting is 90% is being present. The other 10 is the actual hard work. Yes, right. The 10% is very, very hard.
Very important. That's a big 10. Right.
But being there is, if you're there, you're gonna have to do the 10%.
Of course.
So 90% of it, like, you know what I mean? You could be on your phone at their football game the entire time.
But you're there.
They're gonna remember you showed the fuck up.
Physically there. That's
physically
right.
there.
I can't tell you how many sports I played. I remember as a kid just looking
crowd
around. I see my mom or somebody, and it's like that. You never forget that.
You never forget that shit. So, be present. Be present. And fellas, get involved in your child's life. Yes. We are so fucking intricate in this whole process that, you know what I mean? You never know how bad or how good your child's life can go just from you being there.
Your presence is key, man.
Yes.
Don't get down on yourselves. Don't get depressed because it's not working your way. Fight every day if you can, man.
Yes, and keep yourselves out of trouble. Yeah. Keep yourselves out of trouble.
Yep.
The same thing that got you in trouble before is not going to keep you out of it this time. No. Change your lifestyle for the better. You know what I mean? For the
better, And if you can't, if you're caught up in something, I understand, but at least be around for your child as much as you can.
Yes. I love that part that you said. Money is not equivalent to your presence. No, because we see that all the time where it's like, I give them $200 a month. I see
people on the internet all the time. Matter of fact,
I got new sneakers.
I saw a video yesterday. Kid was talking to dad. He said, what am I? She said, a deadbeat. And he was like, who told you that? She said, mommy. He said, this is what he did. He took out a pile of money and started like basically dumping it on his kid's hands. Who's a deadbeat? The kid looked up and said, mommy. Like, come on,
yeah,
man.
that's the raw
money,
message.
Like, I don't know. It just made me upset because as a man, in his mind, to me, I took it as he thought that money was equal to his love.
Yeah. That's exactly
If your
what it
child
sounds
calls
like.
you a deadbeat, it wasn't because of all the money you just threw on your child's lap. It's because most likely you're not around enough.
Exactly. That's the only reason women will say certain things. I've never met a man that is present in a regular in his child's life and has ever been called a deadbeat. The only people I've seen is the ones where you're gone for 3 months and then you pop up. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck I would call it.
Well, yeah.
I would call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of respect for the dudes that deal with shit. You know what I mean? Have to suffer through child support, have to deal with bitter baby mamas, and make it a mission to be there.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And not only that, the child is gonna grow up and be able to think for themselves one day.
Of course.
And they're gonna get to see and they're gonna begin to understand how mom talks about dad. But I'm also gonna get to see as the child, okay, she says this, but I see this. I see something totally different. I see the way he talks to me. I see the way he loves me. I see the way that he's present. You know what I mean? And that's the shit that is gonna change things. It's not always gonna be hard. It won't always be this hard. I promise you.
Nah, man, it gets easier. But just like I said, the first step is be in your child's life.
Yes.
You got to fight the battle no matter what. You know why? Because y'all had a child.
Yes.
you
you created him. They ain't asked to be here.
The child didn't have to be here. You got to do what you got to do, man.
I love that. My brother says that to my mom all the time. Whenever they get in arguments, I ain't asked to be here.
You hear that a lot of arguments. I ain't asked to be here.
But I be sitting there, I be thinking to myself, like, I'm a couple years older than my brother. I'm like, I think 6 years older than my brother.
Yeah.
So, like, I got an opportunity to see what she did when he was a child, and that he is oblivious to.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dog, if you knew what our mom went through to take care of your ass. My brother, when he was born, he had open heart surgery. He had a bad heart. He had to get open heart surgery twice. We were in and out of fucking hospitals every week. Whenever he would get a cold, he'd be hooked up to tubes and machines every single time. He couldn't play sports until he was 8 years old because he just couldn't run. He couldn't even really go outside and play. And he didn't get the opportunity. Like, I remember the second time he had surgery, we had to move to Hershey, PA to go live in the McDonald's hospital. We lived there for like a month.
Medical Center?
Yeah, at the McDonald's hospital. And we had to live there for like a whole month. I know he don't know that.
No, he doesn't
but
know.
You know what I mean? Like, we got displaced. Also this woman could sacrifice. We all sacrifice for you. And you running around here talking shit.
Yeah, is that you lucky?
You lucky motherfucker. If you only knew, you know what I mean? Yo, it's like, it's so crazy. And being a grown man now, having my own children, I got a newfound respect, not only for women around the world, but especially my own mother. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking hard.
It's hard, man.
It's hard.
It's not easy.
It's hard. And I tell all my friends that it's like, yo, even if you don't like your baby mom, you know what I mean? If she's taking care of the child primarily, make sure you give her the utmost respect.
At least respect.
Because your child's gonna see that.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to get along, but respect.
Respect.
At least in front of the presence of the child. Because it's hard.
Fuck yeah. Raising kids don't come with a manual. There's 1,000 how-to books, but it don't tell you how to raise your child.
I literally tell people that all the time. You can go read as many parenting books as you want. That's their child.
That's their
experience. Trust me, your kid can be something totally different, man.
You just imagine the environment. Just the environment alone will dictate a hell of a lot of who your child's going to be, what they're going to be into in their surroundings. So, them how-to books is only... I still have yet to meet a person that read them. So I'll say that much.
I know my baby mom used to try. But in the end of it all, you start to learn like that book is not our child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh man, that's the one beautiful thing about kids. You know what I mean? They're all different. They all come in different shapes, sizes, colors, all that. But they all got this one thing about them. They got this fucking childlike light in their eyes. You know what I mean?
And that pure innocence of being a child, man.
And being there to witness that's something that, honestly, nothing could ever pull me away. There's nothing better. I created this, and now look at what it became to be.
This is something that loves me unconditionally, no matter what I look like, no matter if my hair's sticking
whether
up,
I'm broke,
no matter if my
got a
blood
car,
stinks, my kid loves me, man. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
Straight like that.
It's
straight
like that, man. It's
the only other love that's better than that is your own mother's.
Of course.
That's about it. That's the only thing I can compare.
But it falls in the same line.
Yes.
Parent.
Yep. They live for us. And we live for them.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And that's why the love is always going to be so pure.
Yeah, man. I want to give a shout out To my bros, DeVal, Kevin, and Tarek, man. My second mom passed away on Monday.
Oh,
Rest
my
in
condolences.
peace, Miss Edwards. I love you. I just want to
Rest
give
in
you that
peace,
shout
Miss
out.
Edwards. Oh man. So you said a second mom. How'd you meet her?
Through my basically I went to Allen and I met my homeboy DeVal in like 90, more like I said 95 or something, way back.
95 baby, shout out. 95
way
baby,
back,
shout
and
out.
now we've been friends to this day. And
That's what's up.
when I was young, like I was telling you before I had my child, I was running around in the streets. I was homeless a couple times, and she let me sleep on her floor in her house, take a shower, eat, and
That's love.
it's just certain things you just never forget, and.
You remember who opened up the doors when nobody
course.
else did.
Never forget, And my mom was there, This ain't nothing against my mom or nothing like that, but sometimes when you're a knucklehead kid running around the street, you don't, you just take your life somewhere else. And I was fortunate enough to be able to sleep on her floor.
That's
for a
the
couple
epitome
months
of
into
it
my
takes
career.
a village.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. That's the
takes a
epitome
village,
of
man.
it.
It's
Even
true.
though your mom couldn't do it at the moment for whatever the reasons, there was somebody that you can go knock on the door and they open that bitch up
Of
for
course,
you.
of
That's what's
course,
up.
man. You know
Yo,
what
take care of your communities, talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends' parents.
never
You
know.
know what I mean? Because you never know who you're going to
You
need at some
You might
point.
need somebody. If anybody out there thinks you don't need nobody, I'm telling you wrong. You need somebody always for something.
Yes. Nobody's ever done it by themselves.
You can't.
You talked about your friend DeVal that you've been cool with since 95. 95. I have my wife. My wife is like fucking infamous. I don't got friends. All my friends, right? All my friends. My oldest friend that I can remember to date, his name is Brandon. We went to Midway Manor together, which is pre-K. That's like we weren't even in school yet. We were 6 years old, and we still like close friends. We go to each other's house. We know each other's kids. You know what I mean? We do events at each other's house, shit like that. And so like I've cultivated all the relationships that I have. Can you speak on that a little bit? Because it sounds like you do the same thing. You got a friend from 95.
Oh yeah, like I have friends, like my crew. Like this is how you should explain it to people. I have like my close circle of friends, like my crew from high school. I got my back in the day, I got my like kind of gang circle. You know what I mean? Like there's certain circles of people.
Right.
My homeboys from high school, I might not have seen these dudes for 5 years. It's still love no matter what. When I see these guys, these are my friends always. I got mad love for these dudes. It's about 5 of them. And those are my people, man. They're never not going to be my homeboys.
How does it feel after not seeing them for 5 years? Is it like no time has passed?
You know what's funny? When you got friends like that, it's almost like as soon as you see them, you go right back to
the last time you seen them.
Right back to the last time you seen them. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
You remember the last conversation, but that's how you know that's really your people. Like,
Yes.
Because you can be however you want because you should know. You guys know everything about each other. They know how I am.
Right.
I know how they are. So it's all love. I love when I'm around my people, man.
That's what's
'Cause
up.
those are my most like protected circle of like friends. You know what I mean? Like I always tell people. Like I used to tell them dudes like, look, man, we going to the club. Something happens. Like like you're my people. Whatever happens.
We riding.
You
We
know
riding.
what
Simple
I mean?
as that.
And we're all, if 5 of us walk in, 5 of us
walk
walking
out,
out.
yeah.
Man. And that's how I am.
Straight
and
like
that's
that.
how we're gonna ride. And I love them dudes.
That's what's up, man. Whenever I'm with like my friends and my wife is around, she's like, "Yo, y'all act like big ass kids." I'm like, "Yo, we met each other when we were 13 years old. Like that's the only way we know how to
energy,
be."
Right?
Yeah,
Isn't it funny
yeah.
how that works? You could be like 50, and you gonna talk about some BS you played on a,
Yeah.
on
You
a
wanna
PlayStation
wrestle?
2,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to wrestle. Remember back then when you did a leg drop? Stuff like that, man. That's all love, man. You got real people in your corner, man.
For sure. I talk about that like just having your group of people, having your community of people that you know you can rely on, people that it's timeless. You know what I mean?
It's timeless. I can call them dudes. I'm like, yo, man, I hate to hit you, man. I need 1,000. I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 people. Now these crews like, okay, here. Like it's just like my people, and I've done the same for them. They've done the same for me. You know, you just got
we
that,
look
a
out
real
for
tight
each
circle.
other.
You look out. It's your
Yeah,
people.
that's what's up, man. That's beautiful. How do you maintain something like that over so long? Because
It's like I said,
it's
like
almost 28 years.
Some of them I haven't seen them in a couple years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we'll get up. If somebody gets married or somebody, stuff like that. We'll get up in certain times because as you start getting older, you start meeting other people. Life starts to separate people in the
you
end.
segment off.
But it's your people.
You don't feel a way like, oh, I hit people up, they don't hit me back. You don't feel a way about that?
Nah, because honestly, like my circle, that particular circle, they pick up. You know what I mean? It's just like some. they're my real people. They pick up, bro.
Right.
I never have to worry about them not picking up or they're not hitting me back because you know they know if I'm hitting them up, there got to be a reason.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? It's something legit. So make sure
Right.
you have good friends. A lot of people
Yes.
in this world they think they got friends. They're not really
Not really your
man.
friends.
Like you really know your friends when you get a set crew of friends. You really feel that love.
You can feel it, like you said. I ain't seen him in 5 years. If
It
he
don't
show up
matter.
and it does not, you know what I
Nothing
mean?
matters.
And they're like, yo, where the fuck you been at?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Talking
Niggas
shit.
acting funny.
Yo, I'm mad at you, bro.
Yeah, you ain't hit me up.
Exactly.
I ain't trying to hear none of that shit, man. What's good, baby?
Stop
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? You got any plans for this year? It's 20 I'm not sure. You seen the weather for next week?
No, what's going on?
Man, it's gonna be like fucking 90 degrees 5 days in a row.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Trying to
hot.
get
So
a beach or something.
you got anything special planned for this summer? Anything like that? Your daughter's graduating. You in good health?
I definitely want to take a trip because I ain't gonna lie. The last family trip that me and my family took was like a year or two before COVID.
Oof.
Obviously, I know COVID shut the world down, so
Right.
I really haven't got a chance to really get out and do anything. So this summer, I want to go back to like Rehoboth Beach or Ocean City, Maryland.
Where is
I mean,
that?
I don't know if I said it right, but I think I said it right. Basically, Ocean City, Maryland's here on one side.
Okay.
And then there's a split, Maryland and Delaware, and Rehoboth Beach is literally the same thing, just
Like-
on the other side, on the left side of one of those streets in Ocean City, Maryland.
Okay.
And it's like Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody knows about all that stuff. Explain it.
Yeah.
man. But I know Ocean
Geography.
City, Maryland is technically connected on the to like. Yeah.
I definitely didn't get to we didn't go to no beaches last year. The beach is something I definitely want to hit this year. It's something about
where
being
would
at the
you go?
beach. Probably Virginia.
Virginia?
Probably Virginia
Virginia
Beach.
Beach?
Yeah. We went over the winter. And it was really nice. It ended up being like 70 degrees. It ended up being like on the weekend of like a holiday. So they fucking had people jumping out of planes and landing right in front of our hotel and
That's
shit.
dope.
So it was cool. Like the kids enjoyed it, but like we couldn't get in the water. It was like really cold.
Ice
like,
cold, yeah.
Yeah, it was
You're like,
too
ooh.
cold to be in the water. So I think I want to take them back to the beach. You know, let the kids play in the sand. And I
course.
love Virginia. Virginia's beautiful.
Virginia's dope, man.
Virginia's
My
so
sister used to
beautiful.
live down there. I love Virginia, man. Shout out to Virginia.
Shout out to VA. Shout out
I've
to
been down
VA.
there. Newport News, Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Anybody knows Virginia, y'all know what's up.
Yeah. Big shout out. Fucking yo, man. This year, how's the year been going for you? You know, a couple years ago, a lot of changes. So
This is the best year of my. I'll be honest. I told myself at the beginning of the year I was gonna step up what I was doing business wise, better. Just dig within myself and just do better work. More passionate about my business and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, like it's been the best year so far. In my
that's
business.
what's up. That's
You know
what's
what I mean?
up.
I'm more busier now than probably I've ever been.
That's what's up.
And that's another thing, man. It's like you said at the beginning. Take passion in what you're doing, man. Don't chase the dollar. Just do what you got to do, man.
The money gonna come if your
It'll
intentions
come.
are pure. I like to say if your intentions are pure, the money gonna come.
course.
Like on these episodes, I probably range anywhere from like full listens. How they base it is like you got to listen at least 10 minutes, or like full listens. I range anywhere from like 50 to 30 listens every episode,
Okay.
which isn't much, but I got 15 to 30 people to listen to me for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get motherfuckers to answer my phone call. You know what I'm saying? So like any progress is progress, and
it's
and
progress,
be proud of it. And this is something that I love to do because I get to have these conversations. You know what I mean?
this is
I learned
great.
a lot about you in just in 53 minutes that I didn't know before. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got to know Angel, and I
course.
only knew you as Hitman before.
course, of
So
course.
you know what I mean? That's love that you wanted to be a part of this and
Hell
everything
yeah,
like that.
I love this type of stuff, man. I used to do like a little online radio back in the day when I was in music, man.
Okay.
So this is kind of like my thing because when I get on stuff like this, I can.
You can be you.
You can be you.
Yeah. I heard you mention you wanted to start a podcast. What would your podcast be about?
I don't know. I know it'll be wild though. I know it's gonna be wild. If you don't like cursing and acting crazy, don't watch my stuff. It's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy.
That's exactly what I tell people. I'm like, yo, man, y'all not going to hinder my creative process. I created this so I can create an environment and a community of people that wanted to be a part of it. If you got a problem because I'm cursing, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like come on, man. 2023, man. I understand, not everybody wants to hear that type of stuff, but there's something out there for you. It might not be this.
Exactly. So that's what's up, man. I'm really happy.
I'm gonna have you on the podcast. Man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I tell everybody, like, yo, if you got a podcast of your own, I definitely want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Come up there, shoot the shit. joke
that
around with
stuff.
niggas,
Love
you
it.
know what I'm saying?
Love
That's
it.
what it's all about. It's about building camaraderie. We don't do enough of this. This was the whole preface of this show. We all write on computers, sending emails, text messages, FaceTime, but we don't do
Comments.
this.
Nah,
You know what I
face-to-face
mean?
conversations are the best.
Exactly. You could read a person's body language, look them in the
Look 'em in the
eyes,
eyes, see
hear
if
the
they
voice.
BSing or not. They nervous, they moving their hands
exactly.
around.
You fidgeting. What you nervous for? You know what I'm saying? So that's what this was all about. And then like coming up here, have people like you where they're battle tested. They've lived long enough to have stories to tell you and testimony. And hopefully, you know, stories like yours come out, and when people listen, they're like, yo, that's hella encouraging. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he was wilding in his younger days, and he cleaned it up. And, you know, he was in his daughter's life. Now she's, you know, that shit that people dream about is to be able to be there and raise their kids and watch them walk across the stage. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
you're living proof that shit, no matter where you come from,
Don't matter where you come
matter.
from. Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because a lot of people, you know, they look down on people who come out of the streets. You in a gang? I can't, even at myself at 43, do you know how many conversations I have from people who just don't, you know, you're caught up in some type of either gang or something like that. But there's organizations everywhere, man. Like, I don't know, man. Just don't let anybody's. If somebody thinks about you or what you're doing negatively, don't let them win, man. You can be a gang member. You can be a jailbird. You can be whoever, man. If you have a strong mind, you can make it anywhere, man.
You
Just
are the
don't
creator.
let nobody beat you down.
Yes.
Don't let nobody label you, y'all. I'm telling you, you can get the job. You can be whatever you want to be. Just because you made that mistake when you were whatever age you are, whatever, man, you can overcome anything if you want to.
If you want
and
to.
I just want to put that out there because even as me, like when I was in my real workforce, before I became a basic manager in this restaurant, like people told me you can't. Your criminal record's gonna stop you. When they see your social media of all that gang shit, it's gonna stop you. None of that shit stopped me. You know why? Because I worked harder than anybody cared about what I was doing on Facebook.
Exactly.
You have to show people. It don't matter where I come from. I know how to talk. I know how to work. I know how to do whatever. Just do what you gotta do, yo.
Handle your business.
Business.
There's a great quote. I forget who it's from, but he said, whether you think you can't, or whether you think you can, you're right. And as simple as that.
True.
It's as simple as
if
that.
You think about it, you're absolutely right. If you think you can't, you
guess
can't.
what, motherfucker? You will not accomplish
won't do it
that
because
shit.
you already put in your head.
Exactly. You came into this with a losing mindset. You know, and there's no success in that.
No.
There's no success in that. So, you know, you are the creator of your universe. You know what I mean? You in my world, I'm in your world. We just happen to be living in it. That's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? When you walk out of here, you got your own life.
Of course.
You know, and you're going to go about your business, I'm going to go about mine. But in these moments, you know, that we get to share with each other, this is what it's all about.
That's right.
This is what it's all about.
This is great.
Yeah, man.
This is great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed myself.
Yo,
Enjoyed myself.
I appreciate you coming up here. Can you believe the hour went by already?
No, because this stuff seems like nothing. We probably talk another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Easy, man, but that's how this stuff goes. We have good conversations. Yo.
Exactly. I invited everybody up here that has been up here so far, so you definitely have another invite whenever you want to come up. We can set it up again.
Man,
you know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure when we listen back to it, we're gonna be like, damn, man, we could have covered this, we could have covered that. You know what I'm saying? So in that second episode, whatever we didn't get to cover today, we get to cover in that aspect.
I'm down and I'm ready to schedule.
Bet. So is there any last things you want to leave the fans with, the listeners with?
Sorry.
He beating the mic up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm over here abused. I'm about to get a PFL.
PFL.
I would say strive to be the best what you can be in your own life. You can never be anything that you're not. And don't regret anything. Live your life, yo.
Live on your terms. Live on your terms. Listen, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. If they want to connect with you, how do they get in contact with you? Shout out your social medias. I'm also going to put them in the descriptions as well. So
I appreciate you, bro. If you're looking for any video photography services, I'm under A, Director, Hitman, Film, and social media. You can Google it. If you just want to connect with me, follow me for like my reviews, content creation. My name is Angel, Angel. Last name's Ojea on Facebook. You'll find me. I got the blue check.
Hey.
You'll see me. Yeah, and that's it.
Hey, there we go. Listen, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. Follow us on Instagram at Dope Individuals Pod. Follow us on TikTok at Dope Individuals Pod. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube, Dope Individuals Only Podcast. And follow my man. Make sure you reach out to him if you want to get connected for a video. If you just want to chop it up, want some content created. This is the man to talk to. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, you still amongst the stars. Peace.
I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really that's the old me. Going through some changes right here and now.